Hello everyone, Neil back once again with another quick film review for you, and I haven't done one in a couple of months. It's not a regular thing for me really, but because I saw this film recently, just last weekend, I really wanted to review it. What the hell, right? And I hope all my fellow Canucks had a great Canadian Thanksgiving weekend. Hope you all celebrated the harvest with your friends and family. Anyway, and this movie is The Creator, and it is directed by Gareth Edwards, the director of Rogue One, and it's written by Gareth Edwards and also Chris Weitz, and it stars John David Washington, Gemma Chan, Ken Watanabe, Allison Janney, and Madeline Yuna Voiles in her very first role. She plays a little AI girl. So I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm going to talk a little bit about it, just a bit. Okay, if you want to know zero, then obviously don't watch this, but I'm going to talk about the main plot, how it starts, everything that you see in the trailers, and then I'm going to score it, and then I'm going to spoil it. Okay, so just letting you know that's the way I prefer to do these things these days. Why not? So I won't talk too much about it, though. I won't give away too many details, though, in the non-spoiler portion. So the Creator is, it's an AI is the enemy, or are they type of movie. So it's kind of mixing movies like Blade Runner and Ex Machina or Ex Machina with movies like The Terminator and 2001: A Space Odyssey. Those movies are where AI really does go rogue and wants to kill humans, just maliciously, unprovoked it seems, wanting to kill them. Whereas Blade Runner is a different situation where the AI are workers, they are the helpers, so and something goes wrong, in that situation. So it's kind of like that. It's very similar to that. The film is absolutely gorgeous. It's very ambitious and intense and a little bit romantic too, actually. It's a pretty good date movie and a real crowd pleaser, that's for sure. So, Washington is really good here as war veteran Joshua Taylor, who sees his wife and unborn child, she's an AI person, they seem to be killed in this attack on the AI people by Nomad, which is this giant ship capable of mass destruction. And the humans are at war with AI, in the West at least, anyway. The U.S. Army wants to eradicate all of the AI people, all because of a nuclear explosion going off in Los Angeles, killing lots of humans. So years later, Washington is recruited to help the U.S. soldiers infiltrate a base to find this secret weapon the enemy, the AI, is creating. What he finds is this little girl, Madeline Yuna Voiles, and she's a little AI looking girl, and you can see right through her head. There's a nice hole right through her head, and it's very well done, kind of RoboCop-ish, in that way. And he names her Alfie, because she's an alpha program, I guess. So he names her Alfie, and she can actually control technology. So as we've seen in the trailers, she has this kind of extra power. She's very special. It's a new breed of AI beings here. And Taylor now feels that he must protect Alfie from the U.S. military. And Allison Janney's Howell, she's this colonel, this field commander who hates the AI because they killed both of her sons. And so yeah, she makes a pretty good antagonist. So really, the rest of the movie is Taylor trying to keep Howell and the U.S. government and everything, all these soldiers away from Alfie. These AI characters are really convincing, with the see-through hole in their head and everything, and they're just the back of their heads, really cool looking. We do feel something for them too, because the acting is very effective here. Even in the small parts, it's just done really well, and the whole cast here is just excellent. The visual effects overall are just absolutely fantastic, and some of the best visual effects of the year, I'd say. The way they pulled some of these things off. The story itself is not that original of a story, really. It's, it's like the original Star Wars movie, A New Hope, in the sense that it is an amalgam of several other films and novels and other things that inspired it. So no one can say, like Gareth Edwards is just making all this up from nowhere. Certainly, he's been inspired by things like Star Wars and other things that influence Star Wars. But nothing wrong with that. Certainly, it's a great mix of action, sci-fi, fantasy stories. And if it's done really well, and this one certainly is, then it's up there. It's up there with some of the best action films of the year. Films like John Wick 4 and Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. I mean, those films weren't very original either, but they were great. It's all about the filmmaking, the execution, the performances, the music, the sound effects, everything. Everything from top to bottom. The way they make these movies, is really something more to be appreciated than, oh, well, that's not the most original story. And it's like, wow, what did you expect, right? So the excellent performances here, visual effects, cinematography, music by Hans Zimmer, it's all just so beautiful, and it's all worth going to the theater for. I say see it in IMAX if you can, see it on a huge screen. So even though the story may be predictable, certainly, and the ending was pretty predictable as well, which I won't give away yet, but I still highly enjoyed this crowd pleaser of a film, and I'm going to give The Creator a 9 out of 10. Alright, on to the spoilers now. So you've been warned, okay? Spoiler alert. Alright, moving on. So, just want to talk a little bit about the last chunk of the story of this movie. Not going to talk about every last little detail here. But what winds up happening is that Colonel Howell, attacks the village where Taylor and Alfie are. It's this AI village. And it's just like a bunch of farmers and a bunch of there's a few Tibetan monks, it seems. Like there's these people that, they're all about peace. So, in the end, the AI is really about peace. And it was really the humans that did it to themselves. They didn't, the AI didn't actually attack the humans. It was a human error that caused all the deaths in Los Angeles. So they're all very confused. And Howell she's so mad. She hates the AI so badly. She hates them so much. She runs into this village. She leads this, these troopers in there, and she and her men are killed by Harun, the simulant soldier, played by Ken Watanabe. And Taylor's wife, Maya, is actually barely alive. She's kind of in a robot coma, and Taylor pulls the plug on her, and it's a very emotional scene, certainly. I mean, they do a good job of making us care about these AI characters, these androids, these replicants, whatever you want to call them. And Taylor and Alfie, they're later captured by the U.S. forces, led by their leader, Anderson, and he's taken them to Los Angeles, and that's where Taylor is basically forced to kill Alfie. He's told to terminate this weapon, because Alfie's the ultimate weapon. She can control technology, so, I mean, she's, you understand their fear, even though it's a wrongful, ignorant assumption about the AI hating humanity and wanting to eradicate them. It's not true, it's the other way around. But anyway, this turns out to be baloney, so Andrews discovers this to be a trick. The pair of Taylor and Alfie, they escape, and they board this shuttle, and they wind up going to the space dock, right to Nomad, basically. And Alfie forces the spacecraft to land because she's got the power, and so they land aboard Nomad, the big destructive weapon. Andrews orders a large-scale assault on all remaining AI bases. So this is the final swoop. This is kind of like Star Wars when Grand Moff Tarkin was trying to kill the rebellion in one swift stroke. But well, that's what he wants. Taylor plants this bomb on the ship, and Alfie winds up disabling the ship's power so that they can't attack these AI bases and camps and everything. Taylor and Alfie are trying to escape, but before Taylor can arrive at the escape pod, there's this robot with these giant tentacles that's activated, and it looks like something out of Superman comics or something. It's activated and prevents him from entering. And so Taylor basically is forced to close the hatch and protect Alfie and eject the pod with Alfie in it. And Alfie survives, gets away. As the ship is exploding, stopping the attack, Taylor reunites with a simulant bearing Maya's likeness. So here's where the kind of romance comes back into it. Alfie had actually activated this chip, this download information that she got from the actual Maya who's dying, and downloaded that consciousness into this new replicant. And so she had all the memories of Joshua and everything downloaded from Maya. And so she wakes up and then she sees Taylor as the ship is exploding and they're about to die, but they do share one final hug and kiss, And it's a beautiful little moment. And then on Earth, Alfie lands safely in what is called New Asia, and she witnesses all the people there celebrating Nomad's destruction as it blows up like the Death Star. So yeah, I mean, celebrations ensue, and I enjoyed that. It's a very very Daz's Machina kind of wrap it up well kind of ending. It didn't end on a cliffhanger or anything like that, kind of expecting a sequel, which is good because this could very well be a one-shot deal. I don't think there'll be a sequel to this. But I liked it. I liked the ending. I liked the movie overall completely. It was just a lot of fun. Really, really, really well done. So again, 9 out of 10, guys, for the creator. Definitely see it on the biggest screen possible. Okay, until next time, this is Neil. Thanks for checking out this review. Peace.